coming up in today's vlog. Anyway, we're making a turn onto the Tidal Trent. Our flotilla of 5 boats takes a little bit of jiggery-pokery.
Yeah, it's getting a bit complicated now because 2 are going through into the lock and the leader Nick is hanging right back, and then there's us 2 hanging even further back.
And I make a complete cock-up of getting in the lock. Hello and welcome to today's vlog.
Hi!
Right, well, we're back at Torksey and we're ready to go through Torksey Lock back out onto the Tidal Trent to go up to West Stockwith, where we're going to get off at West Stockwith Lock and get onto the Chesterfield Canal.
Yay!
It's a lovely day and we're just going past this line of moored boats, then we'll get into the lock and then we're just going to moor up for about half an hour or so, just waiting for the tide. And there's 6 of us in sort of like a mini convoy. The thing is that when we get to West Stockwith, they can only take 2 boats at a time into the lock, so it's no good all 6 of us going like on a flotilla. So there needs to be a little bit of a gap between each pair of boats going out. The last thing we want to be doing is loitering around the tidal lock.
God.
So
I'm still getting the bus.
Jan's getting the bus.
Yeah.
We'll see you when we get there. Oh, need a hat. We've been waiting on this pontoon for, we've got a couple of VIPs from CRT, Canal and River Trust. There we go. That should help with a bit of sun screening. Sorry if you can't see my face. What do you mean it's a bonus, Tony? Cheeky sods. Anyway, there are 6 of us in this flotilla, heading from here at Torksey up to West Stockwith, which is the entrance to the Chesterfield Canal. Now, this has been, I say organised. It just so happened that we booked this particular crossing, as it were, this journey, independently. But Nick, who runs the Trent Link group on Facebook and has the website, trentlink.co.uk, I think it is. I'll put all the links down below. Is actually here. And I think the idea is because, funny enough, not many people get up here, don't use the Tidal Trent. They're a bit scared of it. Well, to be honest, it's much the same as any other tidal river. Treat it with respect. Be prepared before you go out, and all should be fine. So yes, this is, Nick has come out and helped, given us some information, particularly about how to get into West Stockwith. We can't all get into the lock, so when we get to Gainsborough we're going to sort of spread out a little bit and take it from there. But the question is, you can buddy up with another boat if you wanted to. Would you be interested in doing something like this? The Thames, for instance, has the St Pancras Cruising Club. They only do a cruise every so often. I think the plan here with Trent Link Group is that this is something like a weekly or a fortnightly event, and it would cover all 3 locks, so all the way from Cromwell to Keedby and then come all the way back down again. What do you think? Comments below. Contact us on social media, because CRT would be keen, and so would Trent Link Group, would be keen to know if anybody's interested. Anyway, we're making the turn onto the Tidal Trent.
Decimal over.
Apologies before we go any further. Apologies if you hear any radio traffic. That's because I've got the VHF on, and I've also got the radio on so that Jan and I can communicate from front and back of the boat. You'll notice we're keeping them apart a little bit, but we're also not going to be going too fast. Just a point, this first bit, the tide's coming in, so the first 40 to 45 minutes we're going to be against the tide, as it were, and then after that we should be okay. Got the maps, the guide, follow the red line and we should be okay. For us at the back, just follow the bloke in front. Into Gainsborough now. There's a mooring pontoon here if you don't fancy doing the whole trip all in the Wanner. That goes for if you're going to go down from Keedby all the way down to Cromwell Lock. It smells like bread, Jan. Shall we stop for a loaf? Mighty white slice, please. Here's the mooring pontoon at Gainsborough that you can use. Nobody on it. Now our leader Nick is going to drop back as we're about 40 minutes away from West Stockwith Lock, and I think, as I said earlier on, only 2 boats in at a time, so we're going to drop back.
We're hanging.
Yeah, we're going to hang back. We'll drop back in a minute and slow down. Oh, Jan's already done it. Well done, Jan, thank you.
Yeah, it's getting a bit complicated now because 2 are going through into the lock and the leader Nick is hanging right back, and then there's us 2 hanging even further back.
And there's the mooring pontoon with nobody on it. Right, Jan's going to go to the front, take up horn duties. We can actually take it out of gear. Well, I have taken it out of gear, and the tide is actually taking us down the river. Ooh, smell of chips. Quick, stop here. And the did say, I think, early on there was 6 of us, but of course there's 5. There was 6 actually waiting, but the 6th boat turned and went towards Cromwell. So he was heading towards Newark and Nottingham. Yeah, so we're basically now floating on the river, out of gear. Okay, so now is probably the time to tell you about the entrance into West Stockwith. This is probably where some of the fear of the River Trent comes in, I guess, which is getting in and sometimes out of the locks because of the tide. Now, there are 2 methods to get into West Stockwith. I'll put some links down, but I think I might be able to show you on screen. Not sure about the quality. These are available on YouTube, and it shows what the regulars, or those who've done it several times, called the glide. That is, before the lock they turn round, do a full 180 in other words, so they're now coming backwards towards the lock, and they let the flow of the tide take them down past the lock, and then at a given point they put the power back on and start to move forward and then motor into the lock. Like I say, that's for the experienced people who have done it before. The normal way of doing it is to go past the lock, just a little way, not a lot, otherwise you're going to be spending all day trying to get back in the lock. Go past the lock, so turn around, and then make sure you're about a boat and a half's length away from the side of where the lock is, and head for the opposite bank, if you see what I mean, so the opposite opening to the lock. Hopefully there'll be a lock keeper there who will guide you in, and he'll keep telling you to head towards it. You'll think, I'm going to hit. At the point at which he thinks it's okay, he'll give you the instruction to turn the tiller, and at that point put some power on and get into the lock. And then once your back is in, once your stern's in, you can take the power off. Let's see how we do it, eh?
thought we had 2 spots there. Yeah, I thought there's meant to be 2 visitor moorings there, but it does look tight, doesn't it?
Oh, well, we made it then.
Yes.
Slight bang.
Oh, he's absolutely gutted by it, but I thought he did very well, and yeah, he did hit the side a bit. Didn't do any harm except to his pride, I think.
Yes.
But you know, we'll show it. This is what happened.
Yeah.
The sun was blaring. Let's make the excuses now.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Well-
hear the lockie saying, come in, come in.
Actually, I'll show you this. You'll have seen the GoPro footage from the front, which audibly picks up what the lockkeeper was shouting to me.
Hard over now and power.
But what you'll also see is my perspective from the back of the boat. Okay, the camera angle's slightly
black.
because I couldn't see anything because of the sunshine hitting my face. But also, again, audibly, you'll be able to hear what I was able to hear, which was naff all.
Zilch.
Zilch. You couldn't hear anything. So I was relying on his arm movement, which, like I say, could virtually not see at all.
And I'm also saying, as he turned, okay, he'd already hit the wall, that was done and dusted, but as he turned, we grounded on something, only for about 6 or 7 seconds, but I felt it scrape. We halted, but then he turned it and we came in, so
Yeah.
hey ho, we're here, and it's a beautiful basin.
I think if I'm analysing it to the nth degree, which is what you should do on circumstances like this, is I was too close to the bank on the approach. The advice was to steer about a boat and a half's length away, and I was a little bit closer than that, so as we approached the lock I was too close, which meant that as my back end went round and the tide caught it,
Yeah.
the back end was too close, if you see what I mean. Had I been further out and swum round like that, it would have been a lot easier. So
Well, I'm really proud
if
of
you
him.
come in this way, take note of that.
That's really difficult. That's worse than Limehouse.
Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I don't know how long or short it's going to be, because we're just going to keep this to the Tidal Trent from Torksey to West Stockwith, because the next vlog will be more new waters. We've had new waters. We've been on since we joined the Nottingham and Beeston Canal down at Sawley, if you remember. So this is all new to us, and of course now we're going to venture onto the Chesterfield Canal.
Yes, locks. I want locks.
Yes.
Lose weight.
You've done no locks, have you?
I've done no walking, no
No.
nothing.
If you have, don't forget to give us a thumbs up for a like. Subscribe to the channel, it's totally free to do so. And then when you have subscribed, press the bell icon,
Ding!
or bang,
Oh yeah.
and YouTube will notify you next time we upload a vlog. Just a quick word to say thank you to our new subscribers,
Thank
new
you.
followers, new watchers, lurkers, whatever you're doing. And obviously a big thank you to our Patreons who support us over there. If you fancy some extra content, because there's some more like outtakes and extra clips from Nottingham and places like that we've been, then join them down on Patreon. I'll put the links down below.
And buy me a coffee.
And you can buy us a coffee. Which
Or a red wine. No, a gin and tonic.
Technically is a drink, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any sort of drink. We'll take whatever you've got. Send us a tea bag. We don't mind. Anyway, enough of my waffling. Safe journey, everybody. Happy cruising. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.